Hey everyone, it's your girl Jenny and welcome to another reading vlog. Today is Saturday and we are already starting off with a bang. I just finished the love song of Nathan Crane by Reyes, and this is a horror novel, and we follow Nathan Crane, and he is a charming, nice guy. He befriends the new girl at school. Her name is Christine Romero, and that's how it starts. They become friends, and he wants to be more than friends, and she has made it very clear that that is not what she wants. She has her own internal things that she is dealing with, and a relationship is just not in the picture. Now, they are kind of flirty with one another, but that's all that she wants it to be. However, he wants her, and he is going to do anything he can to have her. So he spirals, and we just follow that descent, and it is madness. So yeah, this was a wild ride from start to finish, and it genuinely felt like I was watching like an old school movie, and I loved it. So 4 stars for me. And then my next read is going to be Cuervos Carnival by NJ Weeks, and I believe this is a dark MMF romance. It is a dark, suspenseful, romantic thriller that contains explicit content, and it says in the back, she is ours in life and death. So I'm going to be starting this today. We are heading over to my mom's house today, so I should be able to fit in some reading during the drive, and I'm very excited to see her because I'm going to gift her The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Stories. Ever since I could remember, she has always loved the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but I don't think she has the book or the story itself. So I got her the book. I'm very excited. And I also got her this bookmark, which she loves skulls, so I think this is going to be perfect for her. And then I got her a little spider plant, so I'm excited to gift her all of these things today. That is where we're starting off. This is done. We're starting this. They should know by now that the only context I will comply with their demands is when I am being fucked by them. Today is Monday, and I did a really shitty job of vlogging over the weekend. I started Cuervos Carnival by NJ Weeks. I did not know what to expect going into this, but we are following our main character, Lola, and she, I guess her family is part of the Reapers, which I believe are a motorcycle club. I'm not like 100% sure on that, but her older brother is essentially heir to whatever her dad is currently doing. So I think her dad is pretty high up there, and her dad is essentially just trying to use her as a business deal. You know, you give your daughter off to so and so, and now you guys have a business, like a business deal or whatever, that type of situation. Her brother would rather be in her situation where she gets to go to college, she gets to live like a normal life outside of this MC, outside of this world, even though she's going to be married right back into it. And then he has no choice but to take after his dad, and whereas she wants that adrenaline, she wants to be a part of it, but she's only seen as like a chess piece, I guess. So that is Lola, and she is having a hard time with all of this because that's her being married off is not who she is or who she wants to be, but also because she really likes Killian and Paxton. The 3 of them are essentially a couple, but not really a couple because it's not official, but they really like each other. Right now it seems like it's very physical, but you can tell that there's way more there. It's like their love for each other runs deep, but because of Lola's situation in this world, you know, she's being pawned off to this guy. I don't even know his name. I know it's been mentioned a couple times, but cannot remember it, but because of that situation, they don't want to endanger her because her dad is ruthless. So they've all agreed to keep their distance just until all of this kind of gets figured out. However, Lola is like, no, I want to see you guys, and so she broke that rule and she went to go see them. And that night, something happened within her family. She just had to focus on that, okay? And so now it's 1 month later and the three of them are together, but I don't know what has happened. Like, I'm a little confused because I'm like, did she get married off? Like, did she, it's, to me, I think she ran away. Like, as soon as she graduated, I think she ran away. And her dad was just like, whatever. But you know what? Men like that take that shit seriously. So I feel like the dad is going to come back into her world and is going to crush it. But that is where I'm at right now. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I again have been doing really bad at vlogging. I have continued my read of Cuervos Carnival and I am now on page 152, and I have to say that I really enjoy this trio. They are very into each other. They're very horny, so we do get to see that. We get to read about it, but I have to say that not much has really happened, and I'm already 152 pages in. Like, finally something that's not sex related has happened, like plot wise, and we now see that Lola, she can see things that the other two can't, and Killian and Paxton are a little nervous about it because her brother Zeke warned them about this. So Zeke essentially told the guys that the women in his family tend to get like these visions, or they tend to go a little crazy, and crazy is not a good word for it because they just don't understand what it is that the women see, and they're definitely connected to something spiritual. And so Lola, they're now in this like abandoned place because they are running away from the Reapers. They're just trying to keep low, and so that kind of triggered these visions to really spiral. And now she's had a full-blown conversation with a spirit. The guys are nervous because they're like, she was talking to something or to somebody we couldn't see, and that freaked them out. So that's where we're at now, and I think it's gonna pick up, but so far it's been pretty much about sex. And I do have to say that it's a pretty fast read, but not much really has happened. Like, we don't really know too much about her dad, about her brother, about her family. We just get glimpses into what is going on in her life, and then we've mainly been focused on this relationship. But even then, we kind of now get an idea of where each person stands in this relationship, but also not at the same time, because they're all very like intermingled very well where they stand in the relationship. But it's mostly been sex scenes, and that's fine, but I was hoping for a little bit more plot. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I haven't really been reading much today because of work, and then I ended up filming 4 book reviews, which I'm so excited because I haven't had time to just sit down and film, and I did it today, and we did 4 reviews. Plus I did an unboxing because I had some book mail. My friend Kiki from over on TikTok ended up gifting me Wicked Little Rabbit by Samantha Moran, and she says this is like a spicy horror book, and I'm so excited. The first sentence on the blurb says, "Get wasted, get laid, and get the fuck over it." And the cover is just so splendid, so beautiful. That is my update for today. This vlog is going to be so choppy. I am so sorry, but we're having a great time nonetheless. because it is a bookish evening with me. So we're gonna do some book reviews and then hopefully we are going to be reading later tonight. I am planning to film 2 to 3 book reviews. So we have Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRoe, Patron Saint of Pendejas by Nix Morgulla, and possibly Annie Bot by Sierra Greer. Let's go ahead and get started. So I'm setting up for my first book review, and I usually film my book reviews on my phone, so I'm setting it up on my tripod, and I have my light here so that when we're ready to start, we have better lighting. Let's get started. I read Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRoe. So I did a quick wardrobe change, and now we are going to film for Patron Saint of Pendejas, which is such a fun book, so I'm excited to film this review. I read Patron Saint of Pendejas by Nix Morgulla. We got the picture. Alright, time to do my review of Annie Bot, and we will be done with book reviews for tonight because I feel like at max I can only do 3. Just because after that I feel like mentally I get checked out. So let's get started. I read Annie Bot by Sierra Greer, and so currently I am listening to the audiobook of Thirst by Marina Yuszczuk, I think is how you pronounce it, and so far I am really enjoying it. It is a vampire story, and there's also some queer representation, and yeah, I am going to continue listening to it, and I am about an hour and 16 minutes into the book, so far so good. I got so sidetracked and it is later than I expected, so we are definitely going to pick up our book now. And I busted out the Ben & Jerry's. Happy Saturday. I'm pretty sure the camera might be picking up on the rain because there's a thunderstorm right now and it is quite intense. Anyway, I have a quick reading update. Today I finished Cuervos Carnival by NJ Weeks, and I'm so sad to say that I wasn't that big of a fan of this. I went into this thinking I was going to at least rate it 4 stars, but it was 2 to 2.5 stars for me. Essentially, not a lot happened in this book. We follow Lola and her 2 lovers, Killian and Paxton, and so we did get a little bit of each of their POVs, but we never really dug deeper into each character. This is only 215 pages and nothing truly started until page 180, so it felt really slow to me. At least the plot felt very slow. As for the spice, that was pretty immediate, so if you just want spice, then by all means check it out. But I wanted a little bit more of the plot because Lola has a gift that is passed down on her maternal side, so she has this gift, and I really wanted to learn. I really wanted to know more about that, and throughout the story you kind of could put together what it was, but we didn't really get answers until like page 180 or 190, and then we got some history on her family and something had happened, and we didn't get any revenge until like the last 3 pages, and that was very rushed in my opinion. Like, it just felt so flat. So unfortunately for me, I was not a fan. I really wanted to like it, but I kind of had to push myself to finish this. Now, if you're okay with slow stories, then maybe check it out, but truly I just felt like nothing happened. So with that being said, I want my next book to be a shorty, and I think I'm gonna pick up Something Truly Dreadful by Matthew Salinas, and he's actually a local Illinois author, so I'm very excited. And it is actually a signed copy because he did a book signing for one of the local Barnes and Nobles, so I went and I had a good time. But look at that cover, it's kind of creepy, and I'm in. And it is 63 pages. Starts on October 13th.